Hi, I'm Maximus and welcome to Ark Survival Ascended Beginner's Guide and Tips. So you've loaded up the game for the very first time and this is your menu screen. Right now the game is poorly optimized, so if you open the settings menu, you can play around the video or the RTX if you have one, settings if you prefer frames over graphical quality. When you enter in from the top menu, at the time of recording you have three options: Join Game, Create Game and Mods List. I'm going to start with Join Game. This is where you can go to play online. Currently unofficial, only the island exists, so I don't know why the other maps are showing yet. Now you can choose PvP, player versus player, or PvE, player versus environment. That depends on your preference. If you want the thrill of hunting or being hunted by other players or tribes, and all your stuff will be destroyed or killed even overnight, then PvP is for you. If you want to play largely in peace, nobody's going to be trolling you, and want to be part of a community, then I recommend PvE. Unofficial is run by someone or some people renting a server. This can be a double-edged sword, as in one hand they can boost the rates and make life easier and quicker, and in the other they are God. At a whim they could change the settings, wipe you out, or simply just end the server anytime. Non-dedicated. This is someone hosting the game from their own PC or console. I haven't really played this mode, so I can't really comment on it, but it's a bit like a co-op mode. Favorites is just the servers you've jumped onto before and it's automatically favoured it for you. Next is Create Game, which is single player or to host your own non-dedicated. Non-dedicated can be password protected and set to private. Before you start, you can adjust the game rules, change more in depth under advanced, or you can remove and add back Engrams. Now Mods List. This is where you can search for any type of mod and download it. Once installed, you can add them into your single player by going to Mod Settings and activate them. For maps, it's under Mod Arcs. When you're all set up, it will now take you into character creation. If you had a previous character, you can download the Survivor. After you have decided on a character, save it for the future and hit Create. You are now given options of where would you like to spawn. The map has mostly been uncovered for me as I've been playing on it before. Anyway, the spawn locations are split into regions and marked into easy, medium and hard. I suggest the easy zone, but fair warning, there are still dinos in the easy zone that would like to eat you. When you have chosen your spawn location, you'll have a lovely story cutscene. And finally you have started the game, and now you're thinking, now what? Well, firstly, if you're struggling with frames, I recommend turning off the clouds. I'll leave the command line in the description. Now the point to this game, well, it's a sandbox and you can do whatever you want, but ultimately it's a survival game with a story. So you, the survivor, you'll need to figure out how to collect artifacts and tributes. Why? So then you can fight the 3 guardian bosses, and with them defeated you can unlock the tech tier items. But that's not it. You'll now need to tackle the tech cave and defeat the overseer. And in return you'll unlock all the tech engrams, add levels to your character, unlock achievements, and play Ark 2. Okay, the last one was a lie. So anyway, you're level 1 and you don't know what to do. So at the bottom is the hotbar. You can add items to it for quick access. And to the right is your HUD indicators. They are weight, water, food, stamina, health, and XP. You may have noticed the XP is flashing and I have a notification at the top to level up. So if I open my inventory, you will see my stats. Health, stamina, oxygen, food, water, weight, and melee damage. They're all a bit obvious on what they do. Now crafting skill. This is helpful when it comes to using blueprints. The more points you put into crafting skill, the better improvements you can make onto the blueprint. With it being a gamble, you're not guaranteed the best percentage the first time out. I will jump to torpidity next. This cannot be leveled up. This is an indicator of tiredness. When you reach to a certain point, you'll fall asleep or you get knocked out. This can be influenced with fortitude. By putting points into this, it can make it harder for you to be knocked out, but also helps you battle the elements, such as hot, this will drain water quickly, extreme heat, slowly killing you and draining your water, cold, which drains your food quicker, and freezing, which will slowly kill you and drain your food. The more points you put into fortitude can slow down these effects. So how to collect resources. Collect bushes for fibre and berries, punch trees for thatch and wood, and collect stone off the ground. To drink, simply jump into the river or collect it. Rain will also restore your water. When it comes to consuming berries, avoid stim berries as this will drain your water, And avoid narco berries at all costs, as this will put you asleep. If you notice your food indicator is brighter than the others, this means you need to poop. You can let yourself poop naturally, however while it's indicated you have a debuff, making your food drain faster. So I would recommend to force yourself to poop to stop this debuff. Anyway, back to the stats. When you have chosen the stat to level up, you'll unlock Engram points. You already have the Note, Stone Pick and Torch already unlocked from level 1. Now being level 2, you can choose what you want to learn. You won't earn enough points to learn everything, even at max level, so actually think about it. Now you have crafted a pick, you can now collect resources unavailable to you before, such as flint. If you make yourself a torch, you can add it to your belt. Okay, it's not in a great position, but it does help the light and the cold resistance at night. So you've reached level 3 and you can finally have armour, but the boots and the glove need hide. So it's time to fight back and kill those dinos. Please note that the spears can instantly break, so I would recommend crafting multiples. So now you've killed the dino. Use the hatchet for hide. The pick will collect more meat. When it comes to the hatchet and the pick, they usually collect one or more of the other. For example, a hatchet will collect more stone than flint, and a pick will collect more flint than stone. Now that meat you've just collected, we will need to cook it. Raw meat will make you ill and lose health. Cooked meat will boost your food and speed up healing. Now one of those early creatures in early game is the piranha. They'll hunt you down without mercy until you jump out or die. Speaking of death, you choose your spawn region again and hope you spawn near your dead body. Now this is where beds can come in handy. I definitely recommend placing one in your base, as this can be used as a respawn point. And if you have multiple beds, you can fast travel. However, the catch is nothing comes with you. Sleeping bags are basically temporary beds. They don't require to be placed on any foundation, so handy for cave runs. But once you have used it, it will break. If you get stuck, you can force your own death by highlighting your implant, and after the countdown, press the use key. At level 9 you can learn the bowler, which I highly recommend. You can trap certain creatures, making it easier to kill or tame. Which leads nicely to taming. Some dinos require knocking out. You can use your fists, a club, a bow, or a crossbow. When unconscious, make sure you have the right food, and if necessary, narco berries or narcotics to keep it asleep. Passive tames need to have the right food in the last hotbar slot, and press the use button to feed. A handy early game tame would be an otter. You will need to drag dead fish to it to tame, but when it's on your shoulder, it improves your heat and cold resistance. The more points you put into melee, the better the resistance. You can also send it out to kill fish, and it can bring back silica pearls, which is very handy for early game. It also has a handy feature in advanced game where it can hold multiple artifacts, but we're not there yet. I recommend using the tracker. You can ping any of your already tamed dinos, or any unconscious ones in the process of being tamed. You may have noticed some babies wandering around. If you kill the adult, you can then simply walk up to it and press the use button. No food is required. At level 4 you have unlocked the thatch structures. Although thatch is very weak, with most dinos being able to break it, if you build a small box and go inside, you'll see a little house symbol. This is a little boost, meaning you'll get extra protection from the weather effects. For a survival tip, just imagine you're heading back to base and an unfriendly dino is near. Now unless you have upgraded to stone or higher, that dino could probably kill you and destroy all your hard work. So what to do? You can lure it away until you think it's safe. You could fight it, but being at a low level is not the smartest move. Or you can try and lure it onto another dino. It's only smart if it works. At level 16 you can learn the Raft. It can be worth it. Not only does it give you loads of XP when crafted, you can build a mobile base. Want to go to the snow? Just sail there. You can stay nice and cozy in your floating base. You've died nowhere near a spawn location? That's fine, you've built a bed. Just watch out for those giant whale raft killers. Now for early game metal. Look for the smooth round rocks near rivers. Also kill trilobites. They can give you silica pearls and oil. At level 20 you can learn the forge and smithy. This is very important, as that metal you've collected can now be smelted into ingots. You'll need ingots to make the smithy. And with the smithy, in early game this is where you can make metal tools and primitive firearms, once you have learnt them. In early game, get into the habit of collecting loot drops. Different colours means different levels of loot, and they are locked behind your level. To open the white drops, you need to be at least level 3. For green, it's level 15. For blue, it's level 25. For purple, it's 35. Yellow is 45. And red is 60. The loot drops are worth it because you can find better tier level items such as armor, weapons, saddles, and blueprints. Any loot drops with a ring around it means it has the highest quality of loot in that particular coloured drop. If you're finding the night time too dark, or the daytime too bright, you can change the gamma brightness in the settings. In the command line, enter gamma and a number to adjust the brightness. The higher the number, the brighter it is. Now for some dinos that are very good at collecting resources. At level 36 you can unlock the Anki saddle. The Anki is brilliant at collecting metal and crystal, and can collect much more. At level 38 you can unlock the Tranodon saddle. It's a good early game dino. It can help you reach those hard places, and it can also pick up small creatures. In early game, master the whistle wheel. You'll never know when you'll need it to save yourself, your dino, or both when out exploring. Speaking of exploring, scattered throughout the island are explorer notes. They can give you a little backstory on dinos, but more importantly an XP boost. I would try and time it right to level up at the same time, but if you do die, it ends. I'm not going to talk about traps, as at the moment the new AI pathfinding is making it difficult to recommend anything early game. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, hit that like button. If you want more from me, hit subscribe, and if you want to stalk me, hit notifications. Cheers and gone.